First contact with a human warship left aliens speechless. Prologue, Whispers in the Void. The galaxy had known many empires, civilizations that rose and fell like waves upon the cosmic shore. The Zealary Dominion, an ancient and powerful conglomerate of starfaring species, believed themselves unrivaled in their dominance. With over 1,000 worlds under their rule, they had encountered many primitive species, absorbed countless cultures, and crushed those who defied them. Yet, despite their vast knowledge, one mystery remained: the humans. For centuries, whispers of a forgotten race echoed through the stars. Some claimed they were a myth, others that they had perished in some great calamity. No confirmed records of their existence remained, only scattered ruins and abandoned colonies deep within forbidden sectors. The Dominion deemed them a ghost race, an anomaly of history. Until the Vandresh, an exploration vessel of the Zealary Dominion, detected an unknown construct drifting on the outskirts of their territory. Chapter 1, The Phantom in the Dark. Captain Vainari of the Vandresh stood motionless, her 4 eyes fixated on the impossible sight before her. The object was colossal, unlike any vessel ever recorded in the Dominion's databases. It was not merely a ship, it was a fortress, a behemoth of metal and shadow, its dark hull absorbing light instead of reflecting it. "By the stars," murmured First Officer Talvek, his voice trembling. That is no derelict." Readings from the vessel showed minimal energy output, as if it were dormant. Its design was angular, aggressive, yet elegant, built for war. "Run a deep scan," Vainari commanded, her voice sharp despite the unease in her gut. Her science officer hesitated. "Captain, the hull is resisting our scans. It's as if it's absorbing the signals." Vainari narrowed her eyes. A ship with counter-scanning capabilities was no mere relic. "Send a standard first contact hail. We'll see if anyone is listening." Moments passed. The silence of space pressed upon them. Then, the ship responded. A single transmission. "Unidentified vessel, you have entered restricted Terran space. Identify yourselves immediately." The bridge fell into stunned silence. The language was unfamiliar, yet the Dominion's universal translators processed it with ease. Vainari's heart pounded. Terran. That name had not been spoken in over 1,000 cycles. "Open a channel," she said, her voice steadier than she felt. "This is Captain Vainari of the Zealary Dominion exploratory vessel Vandresh. We come in peace and wish for diplomatic contact." Another pause. Then, a response. "Maintain position. Do not advance. A Terran warship is inbound." The line went dead. A ripple of unease spread through the crew. A warship was coming. Chapter 2, The Arrival of the Titan. The wait was agonizing. Every second stretched into eternity as the Vandresh held its position. Then, space itself seemed to shudder. From the abyss, a massive vessel emerged. The alien crew stared in stunned disbelief. This ship dwarfed even the Dominion's largest dreadnoughts. Its hull bore no insignia, no markings of an empire long forgotten. And yet, its presence alone carried the weight of history and power. A deep, resonant voice filled their ship's comms. "This is Commander Adrian Locke of the TSF Indomitable. You will state your purpose or be escorted out of this sector." The authority in his voice sent chills through Vainari. This was no scavenger, no lost remnant of a bygone race. This was humanity, returned from legend. Chapter 3, A History Erased. With caution, diplomatic channels were opened. What followed was an exchange of knowledge that left the Dominion speechless. Humanity had not perished. They had retreated. After a war that nearly consumed them, they had vanished into the void, cutting all ties with the rest of the galaxy. For millennia, they rebuilt in secret, developing technology far beyond anything the Dominion had seen. The Dominion had believed themselves the apex force in the galaxy. They were wrong. The Indomitable carried weapons that could shatter moons. Its shields defied the known laws of energy dispersion. The few schematics the Zealary gathered from passive scans suggested technologies centuries ahead of their own. And yet, humanity had remained hidden. Until now. Chapter 4, The Warning. Vaynari stood before the screen, meeting Commander Locke's gaze. He was calm, composed, but there was something else in his eyes, a silent warning. "The Dominion will want to know about you," she said carefully. "They will seek further contact." Locke's expression hardened. "Then let me be clear. The Dominion will not enter Terran space. Earth and her colonies are off limits." The weight of his words hung in the air. The Dominion had conquered hundreds of civilizations, absorbed countless species. Yet, for the first time, Vaynari realized. They had encountered a force they could not dominate. And humanity was prepared to remind the galaxy why they had once been feared. Chapter 5, A New Era Begins. The Vandresh was allowed to leave, carrying back a message that would shake the very foundations of the Dominion. Humanity had returned. And the galaxy would never be the same again.